Hi guys, CR7 Chapter 3, we're going to tell you all about it today. Matt, Ian from footballbiz.co.uk, we're going to break it down. So, it is the latest release for Cristiano Ronaldo, the Chapter 3. They are part of a 7 series of boots, and today we are going to look at the whole pack. So we're going to look at the Vapors, the Proximos, the Superflies. We're going to tell you all about them. We're going to tell you a bit of history of kind of CR7 Superflies and everything that goes together. So first off, Chapter 3, and they have 06, 08, 03 on the heel there. And what does that mean?
So what it is, it reflects the game that Cristiano Ronaldo was playing for Sporting Lisbon before he went to Manchester United, because it was the game against Manchester United and the score was
3-1.
3-1. So Sporting Lisbon actually won 3-1 and he was exceptional.
Yeah, so that's what this release is all about. One of the things you can notice, these stripes on the back, and we'll show you a little bit extra about those in a minute. Just pay attention to those, and there you go. So they light up, they are reflective. The other thing I can tell you is it is reflective on the sides as well, so we'll get to that in a little bit. Here we're looking at the heel of the Vapor 11s, and so this whole pack is going to be available in all those different type of iterations. Here's a close-up on the side details. It is the Mercurial line, and it has these little reflective dots that are appearing on the side there. And the CR7 logo again has that kind of like glitter effect to it.
And it was seen on the natural diamond as well.
Exactly, so just like you see on the natural diamond and some of the previous Ronaldo releases. Quite a nice little additional touch to have on here. And here we can see, looking at the Superfly on its side, so you can see how the laces light up, and that it's just only half of it lights up. So it's not both halves of the boot, it is just that one side where the dots are that is going to light up. And it looks real premium, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks real smart to me. I really like how the laces kind of sparkle. We saw that on the space stuff that Adidas did.
Oh yeah,
with those kind of reflective laces. Yeah. A real nice touch.
So the bag, this is a bag that comes with it. You'll get that with the kind of top of the line releases. You won't get it with all the boots if you're on some of the kids or low down ones, but the top of the line Superflies and stuff, you get that nice little touch. They got the 06, 08, 03 on the side of the bag there as well. So let's start off with Chapter 1, and these were the
Savage Beauty. So this was actually the first chapter of his series, and it had the volcano theme because was that from Madeira?
Yes.
The volcano in Madeira. So that's what the inspiration was on the first edition. Of course, you've got the CR7 logo on the heel as well.
Yeah. And then we moved on and we had the natural diamonds.
Natural diamond. So instead of having some kind of effects, that had the, was it almost rough texture called the natural diamond, so that heel cut. So that was kind of the design feature of the second chapter, which is real nice.
And that's the same, it had that CR7 logo with that little glitter effect to it. Yeah. So that's really nice. So let's move on to Chapter 3 and let's explain a little bit more by looking at some of the match action of him playing in that game. So this is the Estadio Jose Alvede, and that is Sporting Lisbon's home ground. Now, back in 2003, they were just opening their new stadium, so they had a stadium which had the same name, and then they had this new one, and to celebrate it, they played Manchester United there, and Ronaldo kind of impressed all of the Manchester United players, and they were encouraging Alex Ferguson. They were saying, "You got to buy him, you got to buy him." He didn't score any goals or anything like that,
but he played well.
Yeah, very well. A lot of tricks. Ferguson was impressed. He doesn't look impressed there, but he was impressed. A lot of skills, and yeah, so they went ahead. I think they bought him for like just over £12 million. Arsenal and Liverpool were both interested as well. But he ended up going to Manchester United, and that's the kind of focus of these boots, is they're all around this one game in Lisbon.
And it looks like he was wearing his Vapor 1s, it looked like, so we're still in that Mercurial range, and obviously he's into now Superfly 5, so he's stuck with that Nike Mercurial for his whole career.
Yeah, very much so. So the first ones we're going to look at are these Proximos. These are the indoor court version, and we'll move on to the Vapors, and then maybe some of the kids ranges as well, remember the indoor turf ones, and then we'll finish off with the Superfly, so stay tuned for that. As you can see, the design is very similar throughout this whole pack. These are reflective as well on the side. The colourway is officially, what is it, Seaweed, Hasta, Volt, and it's all kind of mixed in together. It just means you've got a kind of grey looking dynamic fit collar. You've got some bright Volt over it, especially on the sole on these. It's still these kind of ugly, chunky Mercurial Proximos.
Yeah, too bulky.
Look really nice from the top though.
They do. I mean, it's essentially like a dark green or black with some Volt. So in terms of actual colourway, it's pretty smart. And I like how they changed that half and half design a little bit. It's not as if it's pinstripe both ways.
No, yeah.
You've got the stripes and the dots.
Yeah, it's a nice little addition. Sole plate is just this bright yellow on the indoor ones, and the heel on these looks very similar to the heel on the Superflies, which we'll get to, as I said. And this is reflective as well, and it's got the 06, 08 and all that kind of good stuff.
Yep.
Here they are from the side. They do look quite nice.
I mean, it's the best colourway of not a great model, I guess. I mean, it's not like an indoor pair of boots that I buy myself.
Yeah. Talking about a great model, the Vapor 11.
I mean, that's real stunning. I think in the entire pack, this is probably my favourite in it. I just think it looks really smart.
Yeah, it's a very good looking boot. It has the reflective stuff on the one side, and then again on the other side it has the speed ribs and everything incorporated.
I like that effect.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Crystallization.
This is a nice little fade with the colours as well.
Yeah, a bit of a grey.
very good. They look really nice from the top down. I think the top liner is a nice addition to these boots. Really real sharp kind of detail. Nice to see them added in that. It has like 00011 because they're the 11th custom made Ronaldo specific boots. Sole plate of these is going to look very similar to the sole plate on the Superfly.
And it's a great sole plate.
Same thing again, isn't it?
Yep.
There they are, the heels. So again, you've got the reflective aspects. They look real nice. We might even be able to show the reflectiveness of those in a second. That's them from the side. Real nice look. So here are a pair of the Vapor 11s, but in the kids. And this is the Vapor 11 kids indoor sole, so it has that kind of gum.
The gum, yeah, light brown gum.
But these are quite nice. I mean, they match up quite nice, and they're not going to be too expensive to buy something like this. So if you want to look like Ronaldo and you're a bit younger, then these are going to be perfect for you, really playing your football.
Yep.
That's them from the top. I mean, you can hardly really tell, can you?
So the Hasta, is that the kind of dark green colour that we can see inside the bowl
it's
stripe?
just this extra little detail colour there. It's not really too much.
It's quite subtle. It's quite
very
nice.
subtle, but
It's a nice boot. It's subtle, but it pops kind of flashes of modern. Yeah.
And the other thing we can notice is the swoosh comes over a little bit more, so the half and half is actually not quite in the middle as much as on, say, these. The swoosh goes over the half part, but on this release it doesn't. It just stops before the half, and they've moved the position of it. Looking at the kids one here, the heel, they don't use the 06, 08, 03 on here, and they don't have the reflective thing, so that's just a little subtle difference with the kids release here. And then this is the turf version, so pretty much exactly what we just looked at, but the turf.
But black.
So looking at these are the Veloce versions, so they're not the Superfly. The Superfly is the last one we're going to show you in a minute. Subtle differences. What's the difference between a Veloce and a Superfly?
Well, you've got the upper, which is a little bit different. It's not flying in Nike skin. It's got a ties in a veil upper, so it's a little bit scaled down. We just did a test actually of the Veloce 3 against the Superfly 5. So check it out if you haven't seen it. It'll tell you the differences. But they are still really smart for a scaled down boot.
Yeah, and it's going to cost you a lot less money, so if you can't afford a Superfly, this is definitely an awesome choice. It's going to look a lot like the Ronaldo ones. A lot of people won't even know the difference.
You wouldn't be able to.
And here's them from the side again.
Real smart. I like the dotted look to it.
Yeah, it comes out well.
Yeah.
And that's on the inside part. And now we're going to go through and we are looking at
the Superfly 5 now. So this is the top end model. It really is just that premium. You can just see how much quality it looks compared to the Veloce 3 because you get the fly in it, which kind of works with the upper.
It all merges into one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so these are the versions that you're going to see CR7 himself wearing.
Yeah.
There's that sole plate which looks just the same as the sole plate on the Vapor 11s. Here's the heel. It's got that reflective aspect on the back again. 06, 08, 03. The only difference you're going to notice between these and what Ronaldo you see him actually wearing is this height here. So he's not going to wear the collar quite as high. This is kind of
doesn't go
that height, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't go like above the ankle. It just kind of cuts across the middle. That's actually what he prefers.
So that's a difference for Ronaldo. Yeah, they are. Let's have a proper look at the final products. Guys, make sure you let us know what you think of these in the comments below. Let us know any questions and let us know your thoughts on them. What do you think of the latest release for Ronaldo? And one last thing we want to look at is another look at that reflective aspect on the side again. Just real standout boots.
It is.
They do look really nice.
I mean, in terms of the chapters so far, I think this third chapter is probably my favourite one so far.
Yes, we could do the refresher really, couldn't we? So maybe later on this week we'll have a video looking at all of the kind of CR7 Superflies that have come out, and you can have a look and tell us your favourite in that video. When it's available, we'll make sure there's a poll. You can click to it right now. It won't be available till Thursday, so make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.